There is nothing wrong with your screen. Please do not adjust your YouTube. The fasting fat man is indeed here. Folks, I am experimenting with a new stand I bought for the iPhone to see if I could videotape independently. Hopefully everything is set up right and I'll upload it. All right, and a 1 and a 2. It's very clear my fast is here to stay. Not for a year, but at least 150 days. In time, the Rockies may tumble, Gibraltar may crumble. They're only made of clay, whoa, but my fast is here to stay. My fast is here to stay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. It's Big John, aka the amazing fasting fat man, aka the incredible shrinking man, aka insert any superlative you want to right here. How are you doing? Today is day 128 of my fast and I feel fantastic. I'm gonna cover a couple of things, but I want to thank one of my super friends, Pretty Priscilla Pink. Let me give you a quick story. Last week, if you guys remembered, I did that commercial for Go Now. You know, one of the things I said about Go Now is you could go in the bathroom, you could go in the kitchen. Well, let me tell you, Pretty Priscilla Pink gave me a formula, you know, for her own Go Now. And let me tell you, it made me go. I mean, it was like the candy. You know, I went now and later. I kept going and going and going. It was absolutely crazy. Like, she must have worked for or is still working for Roto-Rooter because she sure know how to clear up a clock. Her formula was fantastic. I was in the kitchen fixing up my nutritional supplement and water when I felt this rumble and I knew I had to go. So of course I clenched up my butt cheek and I started running like George Jefferson straight to the bathroom, except for, you know, we weren't moving on up. It was more like The Price is Right. Come on down. I mean, I have not held on to something that tight since the last time I held a bucket of KFC. It was crazy. Like, I was clenched so hard, if you stuff a piece of coal up there, you would have came out with diamond. And thank goodness I lost weight too. 5 more pounds and I would have never made it to the bathroom. I would have had a brownout right here. But fortunately I made it in time. Everything came out all right. So Priscilla, I would like to thank you. You definitely did your duty. I mean, that worked perfectly. I am no longer backed up. I'm perfectly fine. And also, the reason I was backed up, let me tell you, I come to find out, was because not my last blood test, but the blood test before that. I went to the doctor, and when the result had came out, he said that I was a little bit low on iron. So, you know, pretty much this is why I get monitored, and this is why I tell all you guys to get monitored, so you can know where the levels of things are that you need. Now, not to say that iron is one of the vital nutrients, because like historically, I've had low iron, you know, but of course what I would do is I'd eat more spinach, more liver to make it up. But since I'm fasting, I bought an over-the-counter iron medication, iron supplement. And apparently that'll cause you to back up, and it coincides with when I stop going. So now that I have Priscilla's formula, I'm going to resume taking my iron supplements. All right, now, the thing I want to discuss with you guys is, one non-scale victory. Me and my wife started going out again. Now, here go the thing. When I got bigger, it kind of put the kibosh on going out. Like, we do like to go to the theater. We like to go to the movie theaters. We occasionally like to go out and eat. And I don't know if I told you guys, but in the past, when I was at my heaviest, in order to go out and eat, I'd have to play Dick Tracy and research, like, what kind of seats do they have? Like, do the seats have an armrest? Is it a sturdy looking seat? Am I going to sit on it and break it in the restaurant and embarrass myself? I don't have to do that anymore. When we go to the movie theaters, what I would have to do is make sure we go to a movie theater with stadium seats. We'd have to arrive there early so that I could have an aisle seat, and I could lift up the armrest in the middle and just kind of ooze. I'm sorry, but that's the best way to put it. Just kind of like throw all the rest of this over to my wife's side. And God bless her. I mean, she put up with a lot, you know, with the size I was. And I've known couples who've divorced for less. And, you know, I want to take the time to thank her from the bottom of my heart. Baby, I love you. You are the best. Thank you for sticking this out with me. But like, the non-scale victory is now, well, we could arrive in the movie theater late. I could sit in the middle seat. I could sit in the end seat. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to be spread out over other people and stuff. There's no embarrassment there. Another thing too is the psychological effect of being morbidly obese. When you go out and you hear some laughter, it doesn't have to be about you, but you automatically think it's about you. Like you can't help yourself. You know, you hear someone laughing and in the back of your mind, they're laughing at me. Now, I'm a strong person, so I just chuck it off. I don't, you know, really care. But for some of you out there, I know how you feel because, you know, all my life I pretty much go through it. What else? Well, I don't want to, you know, I'll probably do a special video on some of the other non-scale victory, but I just wanted to like, you know, say that like my social life has increased again. I'm going out again, and I don't have to plot out a course of where I'm going, where I can be, where I can be. It's just wonderful. But anyway, what I wanted to get into was loose skin. A lot of you guys ask me, you know, do I have loose skins? You know, is the fasting helping with the loose skin? Well, let me tell you, fasting promotes autophagy. And for those of you who don't know, I'm going to briefly tell you, autophagy is basically the body consuming itself. It's recycling. It's taking in cells that are unnecessary, such as loose skin, and pretty much consuming it. And then using stem cells to regenerate cells that are properly being used by the body. So according to Dr. Jason Fung, autophagy will take care of loose skin, and in a fasting state, you are in a state of autophagy as well as ketosis. Now, I have so much fat, and I'm losing it in such a quick clip that I am confident that by the time I do reach 195 in December, I'll have loose skin. However, because I am going OMAD, I expect that, well, I know for a fact, I'll be in a fasting state for 22, 23 hours a day. And that also promotes autophagy. So it may take a couple of years for all the skin to tighten up, but I will be able to get rid of it without surgery. Now, as far as actually seeing the loose skin, let me tell you, you know, since I've been fasting, I haven't really seen signs of the loose skin. But just last week, my wife seen some signs and pointed out to me, and now it's like, you know, this paranoia where like I'm seeing loose skin everywhere and stuff. Like my eyeball seems to be drooping, you know, I'm brushing my teeth, my lips seems to be drooping. And I know it's all psychological. You know, the other day a cop told me, pull up my pants, and I'm like, sir, that's my back. And, you know, if I have a choice between being 530 pounds and having loose skin, look, I have no problem like looking like Jabba the Hutt on crack. I have absolutely no problem with that. Because loose skin is not going to kill me. You know, if I look like a Shar-Pei, then I look like a Shar-Pei. I don't care. I mean, I couldn't stand being morbidly obese, even though I made excuses for being morbidly obese and stayed morbidly obese and was headed to being even bigger. So I have no problem with the loose skin. I'm dealing with it. And you know, that's pretty much it. You know, I think based on how much weight I've lost, I'm approaching close to 200 pounds in weight loss. autophagy has got to be working because I really should see a lot more loose skin, and I just don't. So I'm pretty confident that it is working, but I guess you could say I'm kind of like an active experiment. We're all going to see if a lot of these things actually happen through what I'm doing, you know, in terms of going this long without water and just nutritional supplement. Even though, as I told a lot of you guys in the comment section, Angus pretty much disproved a lot of theories about, you know, your body's going to consume your muscle mass, things of that nature, because when Angus finished his fast, there was absolutely no muscle loss whatsoever. So, you know, in Dr. Fung's book, the obesity code also covered the fact that your body is not going to attack your muscles when you're in a fasting state. But what I plan to do is when I'm finished fasting is I will get, not when I finish fasting, I'm sorry, when I hit, actually both. When I finish fasting, I'm gonna have a full medical workup done, and I'll post it online for you guys to check out. And when I hit my goal of 195, I'm gonna have another medical workup done. Now, the other thing some of you guys wanted to know is if I would continue my channel even after I hit my goal, and yes, I will. The plan is to pretty much climb another Mount Everest. So when I get to 195, then we just work on another goal, like maybe a bodybuilding competition, maybe training and participating in triathlon. We'll just keep moving the mountain and find another mountain to climb. Now, I plan on going as long as you guys want me to, because there's two things. One, I want to show that I never become morbidly obese again. And two, the haters. I want every time they tune into the channels, the ones who said that, you know, I'm going to die, the ones who say the minute I eat, I'm gonna get fat again. I want them to tune in over the years to see that everything they say is full of crap. Now, of course, they won't be man enough to go on and say, you know what, I was wrong. You actually were right in your assertion that, you know, what you're doing is healthy and you're not going to gain the weight. They're not going to do that. However, they will tune in and I will know that they know. All right, now here comes the tricky part. I have to take the camera off the thing and move it to the scale myself in order to weigh myself. So guys, just bear with me. Again, like I told you guys, it's an experiment. All right. Okay, let me see. I want to make sure it's aimed correctly. Okay. $35. All right, 30. You know what? It's because I have the iPhone and I'm moving around with it, so it's like fluctuating. So you know what? We'll just say it's 35. We'll just have to say it's 35 because, you know, with me holding on to the phone, I know the phone don't weigh a lot, but usually when my wife do it, I'm perfectly still. When my wife do it, I'm perfectly still, but because I'm doing it myself, I'm sitting there and I'm like jiggling the phone back and forth, trying to get it so it was fluctuating. So it fluctuated 36, 35, it was going all over the place. So we'll just say 35. And we'll have a pretty good idea next time when my wife does it. What I'll do is during the off time, I'll practice more and more using the stand and iPhone. See, I would have just grabbed the whole stand and used it, but then that would have made me heavier than I really am. So I had to take the phone off, but you know, it's a work in progress, you know, we'll keep trying. But anyway, guys, I need you to like, subscribe, and more importantly, share. To all you guys who are fasting with me, and even some people who joined the fast, and there's some people who told me, look, you're catching up to my weight, so I'm going to make sure you don't, hey, fine, go for it. You know, whatever motivates you to get going and change your life and take control of your health, I'm all for it. But I stress this every video now. Make sure you let your doctor in on it. Make sure you're monitored. And also, for those of you tuning in for the first time, let me give you a quick rundown. I started out weighing 530 pounds on December 11th of 2018. I went on a 3-week intermittent fasting regimen with a 4-hour eating window in order to get my body acclimated to the fasting I was about to do. And I started that fast on January 2nd, 2019. And here we are today. So you guys have an idea where I started. And for a lot of you who ask, I'm 6 feet even. My goal of 195 is because I used to lift weights. I've been lifting weights since I was 14. And yes, despite the fact I lift weights practically all my life, I was still morbidly obese. So lifting weights, for a lot of you who come in and say, all you gotta do is lift weights and eat right. Look, if I was able to just lift weights and eat right and not be morbidly obese, it would have been done already. My problem was I had a food addiction, and fasting broke that food addiction and reset my appetite so that now I could transition into a healthy eating lifestyle and not worry about getting big again. But anyway, as I was saying before, like, subscribe, and more importantly, share. Thank you all. Take care. And now I am going to walk over to that camera and turn it off. Bye.